Just came from Santa Clara. Cooling down a little bit. I'll go back home. Make some more flyers. I never thought I'd be somebody that was out protesting in the streets. Chanting, no ICE, no KKK, no racist USA, no ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. It's a beautiful mural, and I think that we all take for granted what it took to get here. And I will never wonder again why, when they were talking about all men were created equal, why that didn't include certain people. Because that's a radical idea. We can't even agree in this time to allow people to live with basic human dignity in one of the wealthiest countries in the world, or at least that's what we're always told. And you have people talking about socialism, communism. They're all trying to go back to old systems. We have the ability to figure this shit out right now, more than at any other time in history. And there's one side of us that's so easy to unite because they're going to call it love, but it's hate for others and a stinginess of soul. That is not one of our best human traits at all, right? It's not the best part of us. And when you read history and you read sci-fi books like Orwell's Animal Farm or 1984, you really start to understand, if you're paying attention at this moment in time, how language has been changing and used against us. And it has always been that way. But it doesn't have to stay that way. It's kind of ridiculous that we are still fighting for equality. And the people who are so afraid of other people having it can't even use the excuse that it's because they don't know better, because somewhere deep inside they know why. Because they're going to attribute their way of thinking. Let's say, I can only speak for myself, a woman. Y'all are lucky that we only want equality and not revenge. I mean, come on. I want men to feel like they have a place in the world, but why does that have to come at the cost of other people's sovereignty, dignity, peace? See, there's the line and there's the difference. A pedophile, convicted felon is running our country, and he's making homelessness a crime. It's not a crime for billionaires to extract every last ounce that they can. That's not a crime. Huge corporations get subsidies when they don't pay their workers enough so that their workers don't qualify for Medicaid, food stamps. This is the same problem. This is not new. This is slavery. This is how slavery was justified. It's profit. And the easy way to divide is by color. And that is not to say that people of color, in my country in particular, have not had a different experience than me. Because, let's face it, I'm like number 1 or 2 in the concealer shade spectrum, right? But this construct of skin color and superiority is most detrimental to the ones who need to hold on to it so dearly to have any sense of self. And aren't you just tired of it? Aren't you just tired? I mean, I almost want to, we just split our, let them have it. Let them all be in their khakis with no rhythm by themselves, and let us have our people and our love and our light and our color and our art and our history, each other. You know, a supremacist, I learned this in a deep way when I moved to South Carolina. They may not like people of other colors. They may really have disdain for anyone of color succeeding. But their deep hatred is for those of us of the 1 and 2 shade spectrum, loving everyone else. What is that about? I used to think that that was not my problem. That was their problem. And a lot of the friendships that I made in South Carolina were people of color. And me having grown up in foster care and group homes with people of color and in California, and having the way people talk to just, it's nasty. It's nasty. Just to have a white person look at me and say, we have to stick together, you know, we have to stick together. I don't know who you think we is. Because they were saying something foul about one of my coworkers who was black. And another black coworker told me that I could not talk to a customer like that. And it just goes so deep. You cannot talk to other human beings like that. It's not okay. But maybe they should all, all those who want to build khaki conservative communities, maybe they should get that. Maybe, so we can all exist and not have to look around wondering who the assholes are. Put on your red hats. Wear your hate like an exclamation point. There is not any policy that has happened that justifies people being taken off the street and put into concentration camps. I am not radical. I've been a registered independent for almost 20 years. What is happening in our government right now is radical. It's radical. And it's ugly. And we've seen it before. Which is why they don't want us to know history. Which is why they are so afraid of us knowing better. Because Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better. I used to puzzle at that all the time. And then it really finally dawned on me. We don't know better. And we won't do better. And that is the point. It's almost going to have to be like an act of resistance not to hate. An act of resistance to tell your government, stop fucking with my constitutional rights. I get that there's always been a tension in the power struggle when you have top-down power. Hierarchical thinking that puts us, we can look at a caste system and have a judgment on that, right? We can judge. We can say, no kings, because we're free. But we are only becoming free to think like everybody else. And that's going to make us so weak. It's going to make us so poor of spirit. And the ones at the top, and I don't just mean government, I mean industry, I feel like they're having the let them eat cake moment. And they don't get it. We're either not going to be able to afford the shit they're selling us, or we're not going to want to buy it. To just go to work and have health care and make enough to pay rent. Seems so basic in one of the most wealthy countries. They have masked men taking working people off the street, taking them from their legal hearings, putting them in concentration camps. They built alligator Alcatraz in months to profit their donors, to profit. So that when those people are finally under control, they can work off whatever debts they have. We haven't seen this before. And who is most instrumental in stopping that from happening? While you have a disgusting portion of our citizenry selling alligator Alcatraz t-shirts, you have indigenous, native tribes who got it shut down. I'm not going to say it right. Miss Kauki? No, see, white girl, sorry. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for prosperity. And we can't ever go back. Trump might be the best thing that happened to our country because he's exploited all the worst parts of our system. He's corruption. He's the corruption everybody's been warning us about for decades and forever. It's money. You can traffic kids, you can break laws, you can buy elections. All you need is enough money to do it. Bonus, if you're a wealthy white man with an education and people are willing to just give up their freedom for so little. They're giving up our liberty for so fucking little. They're trading it for other people not having things. They're not even getting anything. They're trading it for nothing. And I don't know why I'm surprised. But I thought more people would object. So today's demonstration on the El Camino Real, that was nice to see showing up, the people driving by, police stashed off, just we didn't step a foot wrong off the curb. Don't block a driveway, nothing. This is nonviolent protest. This is First Amendment. This is peaceful assembly. This is what comes before all the other amendments that are there for us to exercise. Peaceful assembly. I don't have to say all the steps. There's history. Read a book. No one's coming. It has to be us. It is right now.